Second video of today is Are You Terrible at Geometry Dash by Theos. Do I think I'm terrible at Geometry Dash? No. Here's what I will say. When people think they're good at Geometry Dash, a lot of the time they're wrong because like a person who beats Deadlocked will consider themselves good because the average person who has, if you've ever played Geometry Dash, there's a high chance that you've quit after like the two main levels. But for the people who play seriously, I think in order to be good, you have to be at least an insane demon. That's my take. And I haven't, so I don't think I'm very good, TBH.
Do you ever feel like you're not good enough at the game? No matter what level you beat and how much time you spend on it, you simply feel like you're never good enough. You think that once you beat a demon level, you're gonna finally be good enough at the game. Then it's a hard demon, and then you think that beating—
Wait, technically I have beaten an insane. Technically I've beaten a couple. I beat 2-player insanes, but that doesn't really count because Jilly Tilly carries me.
an extreme
Jilly Tilly.
demon will fix that feeling. But when you end up beating the extreme demon and you still realize that you aren't good enough, then it becomes a problem. What is good enough in Geometry Dash? What is a bad player? What is the point at which you're better than average? And when you get into competitive play, does the answer—
Competitive play. I love when people roll their R's. I think if you beat Extreme Demon, I think you are objectively good at the game because that's the top level. And if you beat a List Demon, then I would say you're very good at the game. That's my opinion.
change? By the end of the video, you will have the answer to all of these questions, but first, we have to set some definitions. First, what is good enough in Geometry Dash? I think a good definition for a good enough player is one that can play most of the difficulties in the game. Considering that the game has tens of thousands of levels ranging from 1 star to just a demon difficulty.
There are 58,000 rated levels. Bro, that's insane. Aren't Star Grinders like trying to beat all of the levels that are getting rated? Isn't that like a current goal for like a couple of them? That's insane.
You could theoretically be a good enough player without even having to beat a demon at all. Say for example, you manage to beat all of the Roptop levels except for the demons, and you can beat any rated level until the 10-star difficulty. I would generally say that you are a good enough player.
Oh, no. You're not a good enough player if you can't beat a demon. Good enough where it's like, yeah, you're a Geometry Dash player. Like where you can say like I'm decent at the game is if you can beat at minimum a medium demon. At minimum. If you can beat 8 and 9 stars, bruh, who cares? If you can beat Dinosaur, if you can beat Sunshine's a GOAT level, but you have to be able to beat like B and then Electro Man V2. Okay, that's not a medium demon. I made that up. Point is, I think you need to beat medium demon minimum to be considered good.
Because,
like, decent.
for instance, if there's 100,000 rated levels, out of which, let's say, half are demons, you can already beat half of the levels that are rated in the game.
No, I mean, yeah, I guess, but so Zoink could beat every single level in the game? Wait, I guess that's probably right. I don't think that's good logic, though.
I'd say that's pretty good, since someone who would have just gotten the game wouldn't even be close to being able to do that. So, if that's—
So I'm a good player? Yes, bro, because you beat an Extreme Demon. Yes, if you beat an Extreme Demon, you're good at the game. Are you good at my eyes? No, you freaking suck. By the way, we're running back a 2-player that I have in my head. I'll call you after. But, AccuVictor right here, alright, and this is where I unpause the video.
what a good enough player is, what is a bad player? Well, setting a definition for
I'm Cope Sour now.
what a bad player is hard. I'd say that a bad player is barely able to play most levels. Unlike what we just talked about, this sort of player doesn't even fully understand the game. He sees things on the screen moving, but he can't understand it. He doesn't exactly know what every portal does, how every game mode works, and he just isn't able to beat most rated.
That's just a straight up bad player. You suck at the game if you don't even know what the game is. If you don't even, I feel like the person who's able to beat 8 and 9-star levels still is aware of what every portal does.
Levels that aren't even demons. He's only able to beat them in practice mode and would struggle very hard otherwise. Essentially, a bad player in the game is the opposite of what a good enough player is. So, not a
Stop spamming stickers! Who gave you stickers? Who gave you stickers? Actually, why did you have to find out what these are? These are gonna be in my chat now every day, and they're just gonna torture me, and I'm gonna have to decode them.
question
Chat.
is, when are you better than average? The issue with answering that is that it depends on who you count as a GD player. Do we count
That's what I was saying.
only current active players? Do we count players of all time? Say, people that were active 5 years ago? Do we count every person who played the game once? Maybe every person?
No, that's what I don't think. I gave me stickers. Oh yeah, I forgot you can do that. No, I don't think every person that ever played the game. I mean, if you count that, they'd all be bad. They'd all just suck.
Who played for a minimum of 1 hour? What is the standard?
Differences that save you money.
Because I'm not an international corporation, I do not have this data. But for the sake of the video, I'm going to cover one of these, and that is all-time players, including very casual players, because as big as the core Geometry Dash competitive community is,
Okay, if we're saying all-time players, though, it's not fair. Like, he's got to just say, like, relative to how hard the game was at the time. I'm a player of all time. Hey, you're not that good at the game, right? Are you good? Yeah. Have you beat Acu? Yeah. Were you on mobile? Yeah. Did you carry me? Yeah. Point is, I'll hop off your wiener now. You're not a player of all time, all right? You know who is? Zunk, Doogie, Poppyoff, Drick, and Riot. But yeah, like I was saying, it has to be relative to how hard the game was at the time. For example, like Riot verifying Bloodbath, he is him. But even though that's not that hard of a level now.
the game is bigger among casual players, so I think it's fair that we add them in here. So the question now becomes, when are you better than the average player in Geometry Dash, including people who play the game casually every now and then, or that play it in their free time on MOBA? And my answer to that
This is the end of the conversation.
is beating a medium demon. I think a very good
Oh my gosh, that's what I said.
example of a player that enters the casual part of the game is Jinxie. He's been able to beat every Rob Top level apart from Deadlock, which is commonly referred to as a medium demon. I'd personally say that if you
Deadlock is not a medium demon.
manage to beat all of the Rob Top levels, including Deadlock, and possibly 1 to 2 more online rated medium demons, you are definitely better than the average GD player. Because a casual player like Jinxie, even after putting tens of hours in
What? But. Deadlock is a 9-star? For real. Wait, are we just gonna skip over the fact that Jinxie was just brutalizing all of us? Yes, we just got brutalized by Jinxie. I mean, I guess, bro, just throw that clip in there.
the game, was not able to do this. It isn't an easy achievement for most people, and it will take a while to get done. So this is my answer when it comes to what is a good player, what is a bad player, and when
I forget. Okay, yo! Chill with this.
you are better
Chill with this Jinxie clip. Connix is good too. I forgot about Connix. Connix is the GOAT.
than average. One thing I didn't mention, however, is that the skill ceiling in the game is so high, you need to differentiate these questions between the normal side of Geometry Dash and the competitive side.
The competitive side is so aura. I don't even care. I know Geometry Dash is kind of a corny kids game, bro. It's so much aura. Society, boom, 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 and grief. Like, oh my gosh, bro. Oh my, mwah, mwah. There's so much aura. Connix is nonchalant dreadhead of GD. I think that belongs to Popoff, but I guess Connix is up there.
Psst. Before we carry on with the video, if you enjoyed it so far, it would be awesome if you could subscribe. It's the
Yes,
only
sir.
way I know whether or not the
Yes, sir. I'm already subbed him. Sub to Theos, though. Go in the description, click this video, and give him some love, okay? And then, like this video, too. Yeah, anyways.
making videos like these, and would also help me reach my goal of 10k by the end of the year. But anyway, let's get back to the video. Congrats! If you're better than everything mentioned before this point, you have now entered the competitive side of the game. By this point, a casual player would finish the game and have no real reason to keep playing. Now you're just doing so.
Bro, that's just not a thing, though. If you beat all the main levels, are you seriously like, well, I beat the game. I did it now. No, the main levels aren't even the main thing of the game. It's the player-made levels that are like, that is Geometry Dash.
Because you got addicted and want to see how far you can get. Anything beyond this point in the video is already—
Bro, Society's such a cool level, bro. It's actually aura, bro. I love the music too.
A good player that is better than all of the casuals and better than average. Although, just for clarification, since I said the last step is beating a few medium demons, I'd consider the space between medium and extremes, so hard and insane demons, to be a transitional period.
It's weird to think I have Bloodbath in like 3 runs, and I've only beaten, my hardest level is still technically 9 circles. It's weird to think about.
If you're at those difficulties right now, you're not a casual, but you're also not fully into the competitive side.
Bro, come on, man. I feel like I'm competitive. Give me... I almost just died. Anyways, give me some love, bro. I'm competitive. Come on.
You are in the middle. It's just a transition. The difference between casual and competitive play is absolutely huge. If in casual play, the biggest skill gap is between Stereo Madness and Deadlocked, in competitive, the biggest skill gap is from Cataclysm to Grief. Yep, this game's hard. So hard, in fact, that you need to get to Extreme Demons from Stereo Madness first before you can even talk about playing competitively. Jesus Christ! Okay, so now let's ask the same questions, but for people actually playing competitively, actively trying to push their skill to their genetic limit and push the skill ceiling of the game further. Let's do this.
Okay, maybe that's not me.
So, what is a good competitive player? If you said someone who beat an Extreme Demon, you'd be wrong.
Yeah. Bah!
That is—
I'm not wrong. I'm standing by that. That is a good competitive player, somebody who beats an extreme demon.
is the entry of being a competitive player in the first place. Now,
But competitive and pro space are different, which I think he's forgetting.
as someone who's beaten a few list demons for
Oh, good job. You beat list demons.
a few good years now, I'd
Subtle
say I
flex.
have a pretty good understanding of how hard the skill ceiling of the game really is. For those that don't have an idea, I'll talk a little bit from experience. Whatever your hardest demon is, if you want a rough idea of difficulty, do a practice run of Firework, the top 41 extreme demon.
I'm good off that. I appreciate the offer, but now I'm good.
After a long enough time period, I actually managed to beat that level and I thought I was really good at the game.
He beat Firework? Okay, so he's really good.
You see, the difference from Firework, which is the 41th hardest level in the game, and Grief, which is an upcoming top 1, is probably bigger than whatever your hardest level is to Firework. You would genuinely beat Firework faster as a jump from Cataclysm than beat Grief as a jump from Firework.
What am I jumping? Bro, I'm low-key. Insane Demons are like the stupidest, because like I feel like that's the most transitional. Because it's like if you can beat an Insane, just go for a low extreme. And it'll take you a little longer, but it'll be so much better. Bro, I had to soak in that Firework is top 40 like 5 different times. Yeah, for real, like we get it. But that is low-key. He is him. But that is true.
The gap from 41 to number 1 is bigger than the gap from 1,500 to number 40. It is ridiculous. So, with a skill ceiling being so high, I would generally say that a good—
We're keeping a counter. 6, 7. I flinch like an abused dog.
good enough competitive player is someone who managed to beat a list level or something close to it. Since the list always changes and the game gets progressively harder, at the time of making this video, I'd say a good example of a good enough player is someone who beat levels around the difficulty of Kinos, Zodiac, Crimson Platinum.
What? That's good enough? No, gang. If you're talking about pro space, that's good enough. This is not word like even. I think my thing is like he skipped over the competitive casual player who is a great player whose life isn't the game. I play the game a lot. I have a lot of hours on it, but my hardest is 9 circles and like I've gone whatever. I have like a high percent on some insane demons. Bro beat Firework and Proceeds a top 200 off it is good enough. Yeah, I feel like now this is insane now, this conversation. Like Zodiac. Zodiac is good enough? No.
Planet,
It's way better.
Discernment and Cognition. Levels outside of this range a little bit, like Cobwebs and Bloodlust, are also fine in my opinion, since they are relatively close to the list,
Bro, what do you mean fine?
to the point where you could comfortably go from them to a current list demon. Obviously, like before, a bad player in the competitive space is the opposite of what we just talked about. It's someone who isn't close to the difficulty of levels around the top 150 range.
So he's saying a bad competitive player can't beat Zodiac. A bad competitive player. That means that how we were saying, what am I on because I was calling you bad, he means that completely seriously, and he can stand by it. Like, that's insane.
Just to clarify, and I want to make myself very clear here, if you beat an extreme demon, no matter where it is on any list, you are significantly better than 99% of the game's total player base.
What is happening? Why are we like... These are two different things.
You are still extremely good and in the top 1% players of all time. It's just that in that 1%, you are at the bottom of it. So, don't.
I mean, okay, so I guess he is... I don't know, bro. I mean, I guess that is, like, somewhat valid. He can't pick a side on calling people good or bad. Yeah, I think he's saying anyone that can be an extreme demon is very, very good, like, top 1%. But, like... It's like how people always used to ask you, like, would you be the best on a bad team or the worst on a good team? You, in this sense, are the worst on a good team. Like, you're still good, but you just are at the bottom, I guess. And I'm the top of the bad team.
Worry, you're still cracked, Jimmy. And so, the last
Yo, he said Jilly, trust.
question is, when are you better than average in the competitive space? Again, the list always changes, but at the time of making this video, I think levels around the difficulty of Black Blizzard and the RGB are a good idea of a competitive player that is better than average. They can beat most extreme demons by this point, and the only ones out of their skill range are
I mean, he is sticking to his word somewhat now.
the top 30% hardest extreme demons in the game. Everything up until that point, so about 99.9% of all levels in the game, this player can complete with almost no issue. Out of the hundreds of thousands of levels rated in this game, this player is only unable to beat 300 of them. So if you're in this category, congrats, you are extremely good.
So, like, he's saying, he's just going based off of, like, how theoretically your hardest, how many levels there are. So, like, theoretically, Jill, you could beat, like, 59 or 58,000 out of the 59,000 levels in the game. And this guy's not Jinxie competitive. Yeah, but I do that too. I feel like it's just like, if you watch a lot of Jinxie or someone that does that, it just like catches on.
Now, since I covered everything else in this video so far, I'm also gonna explain what I believe is a top player and a pro player in this game. In my opinion, I think a top player can beat every single level. Out of all of the rated...
You think, bro, that means that Doggy, exactly, Doggy, but he's there behind Grief. But still, Doggy could not beat Thinking Space 2, I don't think, or Society. And it's like, he's still a pro player. I don't know, I just think that's stupid.
levels in the entire game and history of it, a top player can undeniably beat all of them.
No, they can't. A top player can beat one of the top 10. I will say that is fair. We're talking about top players. The top player, the best player in the game, obviously can beat all of them.
There is not a single rated level that they cannot complete. A pro player, on the other hand, I'd say is someone who could almost beat all the levels in the game, except for
No. Oh, okay, I do.
levels that are probably in the top 10, 20, or 30.
Okay, so he's what? So he's saying a pro player is like top of the list, but then a top player is the best player in the game. I mean, I guess that is valid.
If they could beat any level up until that point, they are a pro player in my eyes. But yeah, this is what I believe makes a good Geometry Dash player and a good competitive player, as someone who's been in the community for nearly a decade now and have thousands of hours in the game. If you think I was wrong or just have a different opinion, let me know what it is in the comments. I always pin the best comment on the video subject and read what you guys have to say. If you have any good video ideas you want my opinion,
Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. Great video. Definitely subscribe to him. Definitely, let me show his name again. Definitely subscribe to him. And go like this video. Theos, great video, but I disagree with a decent amount of his takes. Also, but that's just opinionated. So, and also that's fine because obviously he's a lot better than I am, so he kind of knows more. But I do disagree with some of those takes. Good video though.